Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this awesome looking Android box. This is called Elite Ultra and is done by a company called Superbox. Now this video is YouTube friendly version. If you want to watch the full one, go to our website or Rumble to view that. This is an Android 12 box, comes with a remote that has a voice search on it, meaning it's Bluetooth, and it comes with 4GB of RAM, 128GB of internal storage, and a gigabit LAN, 5G network, and more. And I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Make sure you click the notification icon, select all in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. And here are all the components that are part of the box. Alright, comes with this user manual, and this user manual has a lot of information inside of it, that what packages inside, specifications. Now when you go to the back, it says how you will be able to connect it to the TV. Going inside of it, Wi-Fi connection, also Ethernet, and some troubleshooting steps are all going to be covered in this. Now it also comes with this HDMI cable and a power adapter, which is 5V 2 amps. And it also comes with this nice looking remote. Now this remote is a little bit different because this is not only IR but Bluetooth. That means is you will be able to use your mic and talk to it. This one is called Superbox RC200. And when you look on the top, you also have another functionality for your TV. And when you flip it in the back, everything has been engraved on how you will be able to program it with your TV. But the IR section is on the top. And then most of the buttons that you need are in the front. Now when you flip it in the back and you want to open it, it's a little bit tricky to open, and most of these are like that. And when you open it, there's the 2 batteries, which is not included in the box, but you can purchase it and put it in, and it will work perfectly with your box. Now the big moment is the actual box itself. It's sitting inside of a little plastic, and yes, I always cut it same way. So let's open it up, and this is how it looks. And the other one was stuck. This one too, a little bit stuck, but here you go. This is how it looks. You can see the logo right on the top, and you flip it in the front. You do have their name and model number in the front. You have the LCD so you can show time and also connect it with Ethernet. There's the IR section, your power button, and yes, it is clickable. Going on one side of it, you have a TF card reader. That means is it can read up to 128GB. You have a USB 3.0, USB 2.0, a little reset button. Flipping in the back, you have 2 big antennas for your Wi-Fi. Also, you have the power connection, which is 5V 2 amps. You have an IR extender connection, which is not included in the box. Also AV port, which you can connect to older type of TV or CRT TVs. And then you can also connect it to a HDMI connection. Also LAN connection and the SPDIF, or in this case optical audio connections. You can connect it to older type of stereo system. Lots of holes for ventilation, and then same thing in the bottom, you have holes for ventilation. There's a little part for your model number and also serial number, MAC address, what type of connection you got, and what's the model number is actually engraved in there so you cannot mistake it. And you also have the 4 little legs so you can sit on the table, so that way if you have a heavier cable connected in the back, it's not going to make it move that much, which is perfect. And I've said, let's get this connected. As usual, for CEC purposes, we will connect the HDMI wire first and then the power. And then in the front, you can see the time will start and also the little timer. That means still booting up. But this is how it looks, and there's the light for the power. Now when you turn on for the very first time, you will be seeing this nice looking logo, which says Superbox. Now it's going to change very quickly to an animation. Now going through this animation, I mentioned before also that they always playing with this animation. You can see that it says Superbox, but now it has Elite name into it. Now to pair your remote with the actual box, you have to press the mic button once, and you will be presented with this page. Now it's very easy to process after that. So it will tell you to press the escape button and also the OK button together for a couple of seconds. And let's do that right now. And once you start seeing the button on the top flashing, that means it is searching and search is complete. Now, in order to make sure it works, you got to take your remote near to the box and press the OK button. And now it says pairing and it's connected. That's how easy it is to process. Now you don't have to take your remote near to the box in order to make it work. You just have to point it to the actual screen and it works. As simple as that. So once it goes in, this is what you should see, is everything all together. They have managed to change certain things into it. All right, so then you can go to it and you can add an app. So something like go here and click on it, and then you can add one of these apps. And once you press back, it adds it. Now, if you want to remove it, you have a little settings. You can click on it, or menu. You can click on it and it will be removed. Now, it's really not removed if you misplaced it. It should already have a little check mark. In this case, it doesn't. But usually you will see a little check mark, so you cannot change it. But you can do the same thing at the bottom. And also, if you look, you also have regular apps. And when you go down, you have settings. Now, this is really cool that you can go to your settings and then you will be able to connect to Wi-Fi and more. You also have a little folder. You can click on it. And this way you can play your videos and movies directly from a USB or even from your network or NFS share. Now, the next part is you can click on it. And this is how you will be able to close all the apps that are running in the background. So yes, it will close it for you and very easily you can get out of it. Also, there's another button, speed test. And then with the speed test, what it does is it just shows you what type of speed you have right now. So there's a shortcut for it. Also, you can delete apps that you installed. And in this way, it's easier for you to go to the settings and do this. It's easier to just have a little shortcut. You also have a mic button, which we already shown you how we pair the remote, so it's very easy to process. And then you also have some shortcuts. Now, these shortcuts are the ones that you have 1, 2, 3 on your remote, so you can click on it and it will automatically open that app for you, which is really cool. And right beside that, you have the MAC address, which mine is already blurred out. It shows the model number and a date and time, which mine is not correct. And if you look on the top, you also have the weather widget, also Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So this box is connected via Wi-Fi, and that's why it shows it this way. All right, let's go next and play with some apps. The first thing we will test will be YouTube. Now, by default, as soon as you go in, this is what you always going to see, which says 1080p. So you can select it and you can change it to, but again, this is the maximum resolution that you can select when you're playing with this. Now, once you go to the nerdy information, now it's easy to play with. So you can see right now that here's the file, and then right underneath of it, that we are capturing this as 1080p. You can see that there's a 0 frame drop, and when you look in the bottom of it, you can see that this is 2160, but it is on 24 frames per second. And then going down, the codec that is using is VP9 and OPUS, which is really good again. And then BT709 is the color, and BT709 again, and how it is going to be done for you. But again, there's no stops on the actual picture, so this will be playing for you perfectly when it comes to YouTube. The next thing we will check will be Geekbench 5. Now, I already processed it, and for single core we received 102, and then for multi-core we received 241. The next thing we will go to will be AIDA64. Now, for AIDA64, so you can see the model number says Elite Ultra, and going down there is 4 GB of RAM. Internal storage is 128 gig, but you can see that it only 107 shows empty. Bluetooth on this is 4+. For CPU, you can see that they are using Allwinner H313-616 mixed together. It is quad-core processor running on Cortex-A53, running on 1512 MHz. Cores that are running and sleeping are showing underneath. CPU utilization does not go over 25%, which is really good. And the display itself, native resolution on this is 1080p. GPU on this is Mali G31, which is a single core processor running on 60 Hz. OpenGL means is if you want to play certain games, it will play for you very smoothly because it's running on 3.2. Now, network-wise, it has a 5G network. You can see that right over here that says that it is supported. Now, under Android, you can see that it is running Android 12 and the API level is 31. The terminal itself is all on, as you can see, the CPU, the DDR, which is going to be the RAM, the GPU, and also the terminal itself, which is the actual motherboard, or we call it PCBA. They're all running really good and smooth, and it's not really hot. And under codecs, you're going to get all the codecs that you're looking for, well, almost all of them. And you can see that there is all winner ones are right over here. Now, scrolling down, you can see the H263, 64, going down the MPEG 4 is all there. VP8 and VP9 are going to be showing up underneath of it, which is really good. Again, you will be able to access a lot of content and it will be playing for you without hesitation. Now, we will know about this when we play with some videos, so let's go there next. The next thing we will play with will be VLC. Now, for the first turn, we will be playing with one of the videos that we have when we play all the time. It's going to be one of the stock videos that we have for a very, very long time. And this is our 1080p video. You can see that it plays it very nicely. There's no stop to it with the actual sound playing beside it. And yes, there's nothing that I could say less. It works perfectly on 1080p. Now, this is a 4K video. And this has a huge map. And when I say about map is when you are going to be playing with certain things like these leaf and also the actual water ripples. And when it comes to the little birds that are going to fly very soon, if there is any kind of blockage, you will see it very soon and it will start blocking for you, or it becomes pixelish for you. And in this case, it does not. So that means that this box can dissect and play the 4K that we have played with very nicely. Now here's the last part, which is going to be 10-bit and 4K. It does not play whatsoever, just the sound is there. And it does not play that part. And that's it for the video part. The next thing we're going to test will be the speed test. Now here you go, these are my 4 speed tests that I have processed. Now number 1 is going to be my Wi-Fi connection. So for very first time when I tried, I received 118 for my download, and you can see the arc that is going up and down. And then for my upload, it was 48.1, and my idle time was really good. And then for the second time that we tried, we received 118 for my download, and you can see the little arcs that is going up and down. And when we tried it for the upload, it was 49.9, and you can see the arc that went down and it started going upward, and it was very small amount of over here, these arcs, as you can see, that is going up and down. And my idle time was about 20, not that bad. I wanted it a little bit lower, but once we connected via LAN connection, it was a total different ball game. You can see that I received 917 for my download and 51.6 for my upload, and there wasn't that much of an arc right over here, but it was good, and my idle time went down. That's what we are always looking for. Now, when we did it for one last time, I even got better numbers, which was 928 for my download and 49.3, which came down a little bit for my upload, and my idle went down a little bit more, which is really good. So saying that, they have done their homework on connecting to the internet. Now, if you want to connect it via Wi-Fi, it depends what type of network you have in your home. That means is your Wi-Fi router and how much it can handle to get you how many bots and how much of kilobits you will be able to get access to. So if it indicates to you that it's 1500 AC, then that means is you're going to get roughly about 300 megabits of download maximum. And then how many connections you got, everything matters. So make sure you pay attention to that. You can ask questions, we'll have to answer you on those things too. But this was the speed test. All the links will be available in the bottom of this video where you can get this from, except that this was our take. I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment in the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.